Hello, my beautiful ducklings. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video. I know that. And I'm doing a video because people keep messaging me, asking me if I'm okay. And I'm going to be straight up honest. I'm fine. I'm great. Although, according to some YouTube comments, I'm in denial about my life from a video that was back in 2023. But I'm actually great, guys. I have found a rhythm in my life that I like. So I am working on just enjoying my life. But while I'm enjoying my life, I am still actively coaching. I am still actively helping people. I'm just not posting on social media as much. There's so much information out there about manifesting a specific person, getting the money, the job, the car that you want, the house that you want, that is so hot and cold. You have to do this, you have to do that. So I'm going to tell you what I'm doing in my life to create my reality. And I'm going to explain to you how you can do it in your own reality. So first thing, this is Suzie, your beautiful Swan Queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful duckling. Thank you for subscribing, smashing the like button, sharing my video. I love you. If you are one of those people who just watches my videos, I love you too. I thank you all. I cannot be on YouTube without people watching my videos. Number one, when I started my YouTube channel, it was never to go viral. It was never to have 1 million subscribers. It was to help my clients while I was doing other things, aka living my own life. So I was working at a bank, answering phones, working for a bank, I should say. And my clients were like, Suzie, do videos, do videos. So I did videos for my clients. And then all of a sudden I have like 2,600 people watching my videos and subscribers on there. I'm sure there's probably more than just the 2,600 subscribers on my channel, but I do my channel for my clients. And if you're not one of my clients, you're still one of my beautiful ducklings if you're watching my videos. Number two, I have always said it. I know people who know me personally. I ran my own business. I've coached full-time. I like the guaranteed paycheck every 2 weeks. I like that. Not everybody does, but I do. I like knowing that I have X number of dollars coming into my bank account every other Friday. I like that. I can't help it. That's part of who I am. So I have a full-time job. I also still coach part-time. I survived COVID. And when I survived COVID, 2 bouts of COVID pneumonia, I died on my couch and God brought me back to life for some reason. YouTube no longer became the most important thing in my life. Enjoying life became the most important thing in my life. And I'm going to tell you, as a human being, there are going to be days that you love your life. There's going to be days that you hate your life. There's going to be days where life treats you like a biatch and you're just going to scream. A week ago, Wednesday, Thursday, I told Savannah, I hate my life. I literally was sitting there and I said, you know what? I hate my life. I had a person who was arguing with me that is a client. I had another client who is very upset because of some stuff that's happening. I have another client that is upset about the specific person not conforming. I have another person messaging me. And then I'm getting messages through YouTube saying that I'm not capable of helping people, well, particularly this person. And she knows what's really going on, if it's a she, in my life. And as long as I'm not in denial, but I need to find this person a coach. I don't have time for that. And that's why I keep a 9-to-5 job. Because that 9-to-5 job pays my bills, makes me feel good. And, you know, if I was a doctor, I could do full-time coaching help, and nobody would say a word about it. But as a life coach, if that's how I'm making my income, then I must not be a very good life coach. So there's kind of a tit for tat here. But let's get to the nitty-gritty. Today, I don't feel confident. Don't feel confident at all. Zero confidence today. I feel old, unattractive, tired, and just about life. Just guess what? That's normal. That's absolutely positively normal. I'm just owning it. You know, I just don't feel really today. I don't feel really today. And then somebody messaged me and they said, Suzie, I want to thank you for your videos. She said, I don't think you realize how many people you help just through your videos. And she's right. I have no clue. So if I'm in denial, it's about how many people I help with my videos. And if you are one of those people and I've disappeared on you, I am so sorry. Like, I know people watch my videos, but when I coach one-on-one, it's more than just my videos. You're not getting the cookie cutter that I tell on YouTube or any other social media platform. You're getting specifics that are geared to your life. When I coach you, we are working on clearing your story to create a better story so that you can have your thing. But I'm really a lot like Abdul, and I'm so tired of people shoving Neville down my throat. Well, Neville Goddard says I have to imagine this. Well, there is not one single imaginal scene that you can do that is going to guarantee you 50 years of a happy marriage to a specific person. There's not one specific scene. People may argue with me on this, but if you manifest the toast for your 10th anniversary, and 2 weeks later, he asks you for a divorce, that one scene didn't guarantee 50 years. The balcony scene in Paris that I talk about all the time, that scene does not guarantee you 50 years of marriage. Now, Chuck Norris's wife says he has to live to celebrate their 50th anniversary. So we're talking a dance at a party 50 years into the future from when they got married. That's a better scene to get you. But what happens after that party? She has to have another scene, because if she doesn't have another scene, something can happen. And it causes the relationship to end. So I don't Neville Goddard a relationship. And even Rhonda Burns in The Magic says that you have to give 10 reasons every day why you are thankful for something. So if you are thanking your specific person and you are saying, thank you, Jason Momoa, because what are my 10 reasons I'm thankful for Jason Momoa? Every single day. And it cannot be the same thing every day. It can't be. And you're going to have days where you disagree with your specific person. And I'm on Book Talk. And I love Book Talk. And now I completely 100% understand the specific person community. You guys want your partner to be like the person on Book Talk. So I am reading Eva Winter's Mobster Romance series. And I'm on book, oh my gosh, I'm not sure how many of her books I have read. But we've kept it on good notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're on number 16 in her Monster Series romance books. So I've read Bells and Monsters, all 7 of those. I've read the Billionaire series, one of her little side books. And now I'm on the Kingpins. And I'm on the 3rd one of the Kingpin. And there's 4 books in that series. And then after that, there is another 3. And then there's the Thorn series. And I haven't even gotten into that. But all of these guys, and this is beautiful when you're manifesting, all of these guys and all of these women in these books are written from their perspective. So it's the chapter about this specific one, the chapter about this specific one. and they alternate. They tell her side of the story, they tell his side of the story. And one of the books that I truly, truly love is not in Eva's, and I've actually had a few clients that I've made to read this book. It is Accidentally, Scandalously Yours by Nina Levine. It took 10 years for them to get married. Nobody even knew they wanted to be in a relationship. Neither one of them told each other they wanted to be in a relationship. So yeah, a little bit of a spoiler alert. But this is where you are in your life. And the specific person that you're chasing in these books is over there obsessed with you, wanting to clone your phone so they can see who you're calling and texting. They're wanting to own you. They're wanting to be the only person in your life. They know your favorite color, your favorite flower, your favorite perfume. They know your drink, your clothes, your shoe size. They know what you like to eat, what you don't like to eat. They know your friends. They know all about your friends because they've gone overboard obsessively stalking you. And then these women fall in love with these men. And I understand that that's what we want. But it doesn't have to be in a stalker-obsessed way. A relationship that is healthy and happy is going to be in a good way. They're still going to know your shoe size. They're still going to know your clothes size. They're still going to know your favorite drink. Do you think my daughter goes to McDonald's, Sonic's, Arby's, Wendy's, the gas station, the grocery store, and picks up something to drink for me, and she doesn't know I like it? Your best friend knows your clothes size, so why shouldn't the love of your life? Well, you're not talking about it. You're not talking about what you like. And that's where we go back to my life. So when I have a bad day and I don't feel it, I own it. I'm having a bad day. I just don't feel it. And then there's days that I have the confidence of a redhead where, I can do anything except YouTube videos because I have stage fright. Sitting in front of a camera talking to myself, it's kind of hard. Like, I might think something's funny. I might think something's appropriate, and then somebody else doesn't think it's appropriate. But when you are creating your reality, the simplest thing to do is, number one, don't lie to yourself. You don't feel good today? I don't feel good today. You don't feel like affirming? I don't feel like affirming. So what are we going to do instead? Are we going to totally change the subject and distract ourselves? Because, if we do, we can, pop out the Kindle and read. We could turn on the TV. We can go for a walk. We can go to the mall. We can go grocery shopping. When you don't want to affirm and you're not feeling confident, now you have a choice. What do you decide to do? Do we decide to just rest and do something else? Or do we affirm the opposite? Oh, I'm in a state of lack and I'm not feeling really good and nothing seems to be showing up. It would be better to distract. So that's what I do. So I'm not feeling confident today. I'm distracting myself. What am I going to do instead? Number 2, everything is a choice. I have a choice to affirm. I have a choice not to affirm. I have a choice what I affirm. I have a choice what I don't affirm. The biggest thing is I have a choice about what I talk about. And 90% of the people in my inbox are telling me the problems, and I never hear the success stories from them. They don't come back and be like, oh, Suzie, oh my gosh, this happened. And I actually had it happen where somebody came in and she's like, Suzie, I wanted to update you on some really good things that are going on in my life today. And I want to thank you for being a part of that journey. And I was honored. And then I have other people in my inbox telling me that their specific person isn't doing this and they're really feeling low. That's where I say, you got to be Abdul. Nope, it's this way. Nope, it's this way. And that's number 3. Nope, 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 nope. I am not walking around affirming all day long when I feel down that I hate life. I ask myself a question. So you don't like your life today? You don't like the way this situation's going? What do you like about life? Well, I like reading books. I like playing with Chance and Ophelia. I like talking to Savannah. I enjoy being alone. I enjoy knitting and crocheting. I enjoy painting. So I've been doing this since 1982. Since 1982. It's a really long time. 43 years? So I kind of know how I create good and bad. If there's a situation I don't like, I ask myself, what is the situation serving me? What am I getting out of this bad situation? What is it allowing me to do in my life? So, if your specific person is cheating on you and not conforming, if your specific person is with a third party and not conforming, if your bank balance isn't the way you want it to be, what is it telling you? Well, the easiest thing is change your story. So then I come in here and I'd be like, well, like, I have money in my bank account. I have money. I like having money. I'd like to have more money. You can't have and want in the same breath. If I want something, it's in the future. If I have something, it's the now. So when Abdul says, you went to Barbados first class, there was only one option. So you only have one option. Why would you talk about the things that you don't want if you only have one option? Option number one, I'm dating this specific person. Option number one, I have this much money in my bank account. Option number two, if you don't like option number one, too bad. So sad. Go back to option number one. Because there's only one option. Your specific person can't reject you. The money can't reject you. You're rejecting it. And let's get into this free will. Everyone is you pushed out. I don't bother with that. I don't mess with it. I knew nothing about it back in 1982 when I manifested my first boyfriend, my second boyfriend, my marriage to my ex-husband. I knew absolutely nothing about free will and everyone is you pushed out. I just kept giving it to God. I just kept giving it to God. One of the two of my most successful clients, her answer, when somebody says something about she can't have this, she says, nope. God has the last say, and because God has the last say, I can still have this. And she gets everything she wants because God has the last say and she can still have this. So she already has it. She just has to wait for the appointed time for it to be delivered. And I know y'all hate divine timing, but it's a real thing. Why would I even focus on everyone is you pushed out or divine timing anyways? It's a middle. Everyone is you pushed out is a middle to keep you stuck so you can't manifest your end. This person's being toxic to you, so you have to go do self-love, self-concept, which I don't do. Self-love and self-concept isn't going to get me married to the love of my life. It's not going to get me $1 million in my bank account. The only thing that's going to get me those things is talking about those things. So all of this can be summed up into one thing. Talk about what you like. Talk about what you love. If you put I like, I love in front of everything you say, are you going to say, I love them treating me like crap? I love them being with a third party. I love them doing things to make me angry? I love being in the negative in my bank account? Absolutely not. You're not going to see any of those things. And I follow a influencer who has a podcast, and it is one of the top 5 podcasts. And that influencer is a multimillionaire and talks about how they still have to pay their bills on time. So I die on the hill where I'm not denying anything, that 9 to 5 gives me a way to pay those bills on time. It's a bridge. But am I enjoying that bridge? Is that bridge making me happy? Or is that bridge annoying me beyond belief and I'm over here boo-hooing because things aren't going the right way? People are asking me, are you healthy? Do you actually walk up to somebody who is healthy and say to them, are you healthy? You would never ask a healthy person, are you healthy? If you were asking them a question, you might be like, how is it that you're always in such great health? What's your secret to being so healthy? You're not going to walk up to somebody who's healthy and say, are you healthy? Yet I get that in my inbox every single day. Just because I'm not posting a video doesn't mean I'm sick. Again, I did my channel for my clients. And those of you who are not my clients, that I have not worked with one-on-one, that watch my channel, I'm mind blown. I'm like, whoo, they're watching my channel? Wow. And I wonder why you're watching my channel. So tell me in the comments, why are you watching my channel? What does my channel give you? How do I drastically change your life for the better? Because I know I do that with my clients one-on-one. I don't understand how they do that on YouTube, especially when I get comments about, you're too generic. You can't go emotionally deep enough for me. And all that person wants is free coaching. And that ain't going to happen. Because when we go back to free will, I have the right to reject anything I don't like in my reality. So if your energy is negative and heavy and uncomfortable and just ick, out the window. I'm not going to work with you. Now, if you come at me and you're respectful, and it isn't about a specific person, it's getting out of, say, Section 8 or a shelter or a toxic relationship, and you don't have a specific person in mind that's going to rescue you from this situation, I'll give you tasks to do. If you do the task, I'll give you another task. If you do that task, I'll give you a third task. But if you don't do the little things that I give you to do, I'm not going to help you, because you have to be willing to help yourself first. So while I'm out here finding ways to enjoy my life and not posting a lot on social media, it just means that there's something else that I'm finding more entertaining, more enjoyable. If you had to choose between stage fright and playing with chance, which one would you choose? Obviously, I choose chance. If I have to choose recording a video with my stage fright or picking up Ophelia, I'm going to go pick up Ophelia. If I have a choice of going to Hobby Lobby or posting on social media, we're going to go to Hobby Lobby. We're going to go to Hobby Lobby. We're going to go see what type of Eiffel Tower pictures they have to add. I officially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Eiffel Tower pictures. And then I have 3 Eiffel Tower statues, 4. That doesn't include my blanket, which has the Eiffel Tower on it. That's on my bed. What are you focusing on? Because all manifesting boils down to is telling a lie until it becomes true. I lived with somebody who was toxic for 29 years. I watched him mouth vomit, and I watched him create things because of his mouth vomit. Constantly, over and over and over again, saying, what he wanted or what he thought was reality. He created the monster in me that was spoiled. He created I lived in a bubble of giggles and smiles. He was the one who used to run around and tell everybody who my father was. And then when we got divorced, I became wacky. I'm not even delusional about that. There's a difference between being delulu and delusional. Delulu, in my opinion, is when you are creating this and things show up in your life that you don't like and you dismiss them. Nope, that's not true. Nope, I'm not accepting that as a part of my reality. Nope, get out of my life. Get out the door. That's delulu. Delusional is denying 3D. So I talk about this with clients. I have a safety issue. And maybe it's not a safety issue, it's a perspective issue. My father-in-law, who I call Dad, was a police officer. And he always taught us to be observant. So as a woman, if I have a headset in, it's one earbud. So I can hear out of the other ear. And I'm always aware of my surroundings. If the hair on my neck stands up, I walk out. I have been assaulted, abused. So maybe because I'm focused on safety, I'm not seeing I'm safe. But I really am. I just don't see it. And manifesting is so much about not seeing the unknown until it shows up so you see it. So if I'm not safe, I go to the same places all the time. I went through the drive-thru and picked up something to drink on the way home, and I asked the lady a question, and she said, I don't think we have that yet. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said to her, I don't like shopping, so I don't really go in the stores. I go through the drive-thru. My daughter this morning said she needed a gallon of milk, and I said, is there a drive-thru to pick up milk? Is there a drive-thru where I can pick up milk? I mean, if you go to McDonald's, you just get this little small thing. Like, that's not enough. So when you look at a perspective, I know I have a perspective where in the past I've been abused. So is it actually a safety issue, or is it that my standards have become so high on being safe that if I feel, I reject and leave? So I feel it's not safe to go to the grocery store. I'll be like, okay, I'm not going to go. I'm in the grocery store. I'm getting the things that I need. And all of a sudden I feel like somebody's watching me or looking at me. And I turn around and I notice people are staring at me. I'm like, okay, it's time to leave. I get into my car and I lock the door. But those are also things Dad taught me growing up as a woman. Pay attention to your surroundings. Look in your car when you get in to make sure there's nobody in your car. Lock the doors. Don't walk around with two earbuds on. Only use one so you can hear what's going on around you. So I used to go running and I would run through town. I used to go bike riding and I would bike through town. And I would only have one earbud on if I was listening to music because it kept me safe. So when you're looking at a problem, there's two sides to the coin. Heads, everything's going really well. Tails, you're just in a state of lack. You're not confident. You're not sure. You're not seeing. But if you turn the coin over and start asking yourself, why do I feel lack? What is this trying to teach me? Why am I getting a way to change my story? When you change you change the rest of your life. But here's the biggest thing about my life that people don't understand. And people are like, Suzie, I'm so sorry you had such a hard life. Not only do I talk about the fact that I had a hard life, I talk about the good things in life. Well, manifesting is teaching you to revise your past, revise your day. I don't do that. I never have and I never will. At the end of the day, when I lay in bed and I go to sleep, I wouldn't change a single thing in my day. Not a single thing. When I look back in my past, I'm at peace with my past and I wouldn't change a thing. I have lived an amazing life. And I live my life so that if I get to heaven, and there really is a heaven, and I get to sit down with my Father and tell him about my life, I'm going to tell him that I lived it to the fullest and I have zero regrets. I have zero things that I would change. If I changed anything in my past, I may not have my 4 children. I may not have my grandchildren. Are there things that I did that I think were stupid? Absolutely. I left my ex-husband and I glorified being happy and broke. Was that intelligent? No. Did anybody catch it? No. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Because it taught me that I could depend on myself and support myself. Sometimes I needed a little help. Sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I had more, sometimes I had less. But throughout all of that, I've always had money. It's always been there for me. I was just upset because it wasn't the dollar point I wanted to see in my bank balance. So would I change that? Absolutely not. When you do self-love and you are working on your past and you get to a point where you are sitting here and you can tell somebody, I have no regrets in my life and I would not change a single thing. Imagine the stories I get to tell him when I meet him about how I lived, I loved, I laughed, I cried, I walked through the pits of hell and survived. And I help people do the same thing. Because I don't want you to have to lay in bed every night for 30 minutes and revise. And Neville Goddard said, if you truly do revision, you would forget the other situation. So if you're telling me you revised this situation to this, Neville Goddard would say you didn't do it because you still remembered the other situation. So instead, I healed, which is true self-love. And I look back and I think, wow, I've had an incredibly amazing life. An incredibly amazing life. And I was mad because the person I was working with for therapy took the wall down that I used to protect myself. But the things that I remember now just blow my mind. Just blow my mind. Everybody loves Elvis, and if they don't hate him. It's Elvis. I've been backstage at his concerts. I've watched him prepare to go on set. I've seen women throw their underwear at him. Gross, ladies. I interacted with the Memphis Mafia and his band. I've had my hair brushed by people that were on stage with him. I've played with Whitney Houston when I was a child. So when I say I've had an amazing life, there are some things that are really just blowing my mind about my life. And then there's things like, you were stupid, but it made you the person you are. So what I do when I'm not on YouTube or social media is I still live my life. And I work to always enjoy my life. Jason Momoa says, find one thing every day to celebrate. What is the one thing that you can celebrate today? And let's talk about things that you could be thankful for. Slumberland. Thank you for making that movie, Jason, because now I understand why I'm still grieving. Because nothing has been more important than that loss. Even though I continue to live my life, Nothing was more important than that loss. So I still grieve. Okay? Now I know why I'm grieving. Now I can choose to figure out a way to deal with it. But I'm not grieving where I can't live. I'm grieving so when I meet again, I have an incredible story of my life to tell. Let's talk about Frontier. He loves his wife so much that he is bent on avenging her death. Specific person's community. He loves so hard, so passionate. I want to love like that. So I got something out of there. Let's go to Fast X. If you have not seen it, I'm not going to spoil it. But he's outrageous. He's all over the place. And he's doing it with a smile on his face. So good, bad, ugly, smile through it. Find a way to smile through it if you need to. My favorite scene, he's painting his nails, telling these guys all of this stuff that's going on and they need to pay attention. And then he's, oops, we got to get back to work. And then somebody will be along later. I love that scene. It just makes me laugh. Let's talk about another movie. Another post he did on social media. There's something you can find even when you're not with a person that makes you smile, makes you proud of them, makes you want to know them even more. So when you are focusing on your life, if there's only one thing I can tell you to do, it's I love. I like this. I like having this. I like having dates with my specific person. I like having coffee with my specific person. I like having text messages daily with my specific person. I like having money in my bank account. I'd like to have $1 billion. I like having fun. I like to have more. I like coffee, so I'd like to have more coffee. I like Diet Dr. Pepper. Y'all know me and my Diet Dr. Pepper habit. I just drink it out of a fancy glass. You know, there's a reason I got nicknamed a queen. I like my life. And even my body, because people will come to me about body image. And the guy I dated for a really long time, he would even tell me, I don't care about my weight. I don't care what the scale says. I don't hate my body. I love my body. He said I would just love it more if I had a flat stomach. So see what I'm going at? I love my body. My body has gotten me to where I am, and I thank my body daily for waking up in the morning, for getting me through this difficult situation, for holding my bladder when I'm laughing so hard. Little things that I do is what creates my reality. I'm not over here affirming 86,400 seconds a day. I will tell you there's times I need to be. But what I do is I change it. I'm having a bad day. Do I want to have a better day? Do I want to turn this around? Okay, what can happen that I would like that would turn this around? Somebody brings me something to drink. I play a game with myself every day. I don't lie to myself. So the way I actually realize I manifest is I have a Kindle. I had the first generation Kindle. And I said at work, somebody got a Kindle and we were talking about Kindles. And I'm like, I liked when I had a Kindle. I liked having a Kindle. I said, I know what it's like to have a Kindle. It'd be really nice to have a new Kindle. It'd be really nice to have the new Paperwhite Kindle. A week later, it was at my door. A client bought it for me, which I thought was very sweet. She said, you're not going to buy it for yourself. So she said, I'll buy it for you. And it was a coaching call. How cool. She had it delivered to my door. Pretty simple. When you like having something and you like having more of that something, I like having money in my bank account. I like having more money in my bank account. I like having text messages. I like having more text messages. Your ego cannot argue with you. And your lack state is because you know you are lying to yourself and you are denying instead of changing. So don't be delulu. Start liking things. Start loving things. I love having a Kindle. I don't have to lug around a book. I don't have to worry about it getting wet. I can throw it in my purse. I was at the doctor's office sitting in the waiting room and I was reading my Kindle. I was at the pharmacy sitting in the window because, I don't like to go in places and I'm reading my Kindle. I had to go wait. So instead of wandering around a store I don't want to be in, they said they'd text me when it was done. I went, pulled in a parking spot, pulled out my Kindle, and it's really nice because I don't get a billion messages while I'm reading a book. That's what the iPad's for. That's what the iPad's for. Messages, responding, being social. The Kindle is about me, enjoying life. So go out there and have fun, guys. Start liking your life and talking about the things you like so the minions, the invisible helpers, can get you what you desire quickly, easily, effortlessly, in a fun way. And don't forget to say that these things show up in a fun way. Because the Kindle showed up in a snowstorm. It's really amazing. Life is what you make. Choose to find ways to like it more. I love you guys. You have an absolutely positively amazing day. And happy Thanksgiving. Oh, Thanksgiving. Suzie, where are we? Happy Valentine's Day. I love you.